We lived in Aberfeldy in Perthshire before I lived here, and I moved here to study at the college. I work at Nevisrange now. I just like being outside. When I was in Aberfeldy growing up, high school, kind of the layout of Highland Perthshire is that everybody's very dispersed. So I didn't have too many friends that stayed near where we were living. So I just keep myself amused by wandering around in the hills there, going out and building fires and building shelters and camping and running and things like that.
I promise. Do my best.
Do my best.
To uphold my scouting values.
To uphold my scouting values. Roll, leaders.
Here with the Cubs, I'm like the section leader, and so I kind of like take a bit of an overall lead in making sure that everything happens and that everything's done in a relatively safe kind of way and everything's prepared and that everybody's going through and all the paperwork's filled out and all that kind of thing. Once every week we're in here, but we also do at the weekends, we sometimes do activity days. We've got a district campsite, so that's a great place to go. Being Fort William and being where we are, there are a lot of kids who's grown up being in the hills all the time and whose parents are quite involved in outdoor sport, but equally there's some kids who, with their first time ever staying away from home and they come camping with us, they'll have never even been in a tent outside before. Try and get out and about as much as possible, get out into the hills, have some adventures, but also spend quite a lot of time learning genuine skills that I use at home. Like tonight, I'm doing a bit of cooking to put on the fire, but step that up and they do a wee bit of cooking in the kitchen and things like that. It takes up like all of my time sometimes, but when I can, I'm quite keen to get out and volunteer with the Nevis Landscape Partnership, doing the big litter picks on the Ben and the footpath maintenance and that kind of thing. I think Scouts got stuck with a bit of an old-fashioned image. It didn't really, there was so much change around that time and it didn't really keep up. But UK Scout associations have been working really hard lately to sort of get that image back up and keep up with the times, and I think they've done quite a good job. When I started here, there must have been less than 20 kids in the group in total. For the last 2 years really, we've grown loads here, and now we've got probably about 60 young people in total, sort of like tripled in size.
I'm gonna do it.
People get awards for doing things that are really, unique and special, but and that's to be fair, like there are loads of people across the UK volunteering in the Scouts. Because I was a Scout since I was 6, and then I was volunteering pretty much since I was like 13 or 14. It's kind of just been what I've always done, and I never really considered that I was actually doing an awful lot, if that makes sense. It actually made me stop and think about how much some of the kids do get out of being here and how important it is for some of them.